Hey everyone, it's Mike from Wichita, and I'm pretty excited today. I'm out doing my first attempt at a walk and talk. I had tried the last 4 or 5 days really to get out and try to do this, just kind of something a little different than just sitting in the house doing the recording. And so I thought, hey, why not get some exercise too? But yeah, the wind has just really been bad, and over the last several days at different times it was too cold, those type of things. And today there's no wind, which is terrific, but it classic Midwestern fashion, it's going to storm, or there's the potential for severe weather this afternoon into this evening. So hopefully it's nothing too crazy, but that's just kind of how it is. Late March, early April in the Midwest. And I know there's other areas too of the country that have, weather issues. I've mentioned that several times before, but here I am. We've made it. So gonna give this a go. We'll see how kind of this goes with the walk and talk. I'm out at the Wetlands Park, which is just a really cool place to get out and walk. Lots of good trails and paths and everything like that. It's kind of a neat thing that it's just in the city here. Have you also noticed too on these walk and talk videos, it's like I stop, but usually when I see somebody doing the walk and talk, I usually stop. I'm like, okay, well, it must be important if they're out talking, and then halfway through it's like, oh, buy my course or coaching or something along those lines. It's like, oh, they got me again. If they were just going to try to sell me a course or something, they could have just done it in the studio. But no courses or anything like that here. We've just got a 45-year-old out of shape man trying to get back into shape. And it's been good. It's been good so far. I've enjoyed it, and it's really created really had a lot of thoughts. I don't know if it's philosophy or concepts or what it is, but one of the things that I've been thinking about has just been kind of the lifting over the last couple decades for me, and exactly where I'm at on a philosophy as far as the gym and fitness and, those type of things. And what I mean by that is, when first started working out around 15, 16 in high school. I'm not sure my exact age, but it was right around then. It's like you're so new to it and you're still young and your body's still growing. And it's like, man, I'm going to get in here to lift so I can make the sports team or, attract the opposite sex, or whatever the reason is, or because my buddies are lifting and I want to be strong too and want to set bench press records and that type of thing. And I don't really know, other than that, if there's really a philosophy at that age. It's just something you do as you're growing up in certain situations. Not everybody did it, some people played video games and that type of thing. But that's kind of the extent of it. And then, once I realized I kind of got in my, late 20s, early 30s, my view or philosophy towards fitness kind of turned more into a battle. And by that I mean, you start getting sore, or you start getting hurt, or you're working all the time and you sit there and you watch the scale go up, and so you fight it to get the scale to go back down, or you're out of breath, or you start having the fun stuff of going to the doctor's office and they're like, you got high cholesterol or blood pressure's too high or this, that, or another thing. And so fitness or health in general, I felt like it became this like battlefield where it was me versus, them, except them is me in my, fitness level. So that's kind of been an interesting thought I've had. And now, I've noticed there's a lot of videos on YouTube and other places and articles and stuff about, people just wanting peace in their lives, and for whatever different reasons, they've really struggled to get it or find it or have it. And, that's something I kind of thought about with the fitness side. Is I think that's, as I, are 5 years away from 50, I don't think I'm ready for any battles anymore with fitness or, the fight to get in shape or anything like that. I think what I really want is just peace with it. I want to just enjoy it, be active because I enjoy active. I enjoy, lifting weights as a hobby, but I don't want to be in it because I got to battle, weight and cholesterol and high blood pressure and everything like that. Because I don't think that works over the decades. And I just really want the peace, of the gym. This is what I do. I enjoy it. It's a hobby. Oh, and the side effects are, I feel healthier. I'm not out of breath. I'm not active, and my mood is good, or mental processes. I don't know if mood's the right word or not, but you just feel good because you're working out. It's the byproduct of it. And it just really hit me, last couple weeks. I've just really thought about that, about how this relationship with fitness has just really evolved over the, I don't know, a couple decades, 2 decades, 3 decades now. So how I achieve peace with fitness, I don't really know yet. That's a whole other concept I've got to have to go with. I think if I can get, my weight back down, and then once you get to that weight down and strength up stage, then you can go into some type of maintaining or maintenance or something along those lines. And I think that's what I really want. I'm fortunate also, though, I think that that's what my peace is, because I know some people, like their peace, they want peace with family members or co-workers or that type of thing. And the main peace I really want in my life is just, peace with my fitness life. So I want to work on it. I'm going to really keep an eye on it over the next, I don't know, month or two, and just kind of see if I can move away from that, warrior mentality of we got to go to war with the being, overweight. We got to go to war with the carbs and sugars and junk food and ice cream and everything like that goes along with it. And we're just going to try a more peaceful approach to fitness, which will hopefully lead to sustainability over the long run, which is what my focus has just really become, is to have sustainable exercise lifestyle practices. And I think we'll get there. It is a long journey. I've really started to notice that the longer I've been back in the gym, back in the fitness. I mean, I've always noticed that over the decades, but there's no race anymore. I mean, the only race is with my own, body, with my own cholesterol levels and everything like that. And that's got to be a long-term marathon. I can't just, it's not a short sprint. And I think that's the problem in the past, which goes back to that whole kind of war and peace mentality, is that I've just viewed it as always a sprint. And that's what I really want to get away from, is I want to make this a marathon on this go around of it. And I'm not real sure how, well, I know I got ways, I know how I'm going to do it, but can I continue it is just my biggest fear. which I guess, in a way I should be fortunate, because I know for some people when they, start out the gym, or they've gone a long time, years, maybe a decade without getting in the gym, that can be their biggest fear, is just actually starting, of, I don't know, there's lots of thoughts, it's probably more based on social interactions with people when they go to the gym, as far as, they think people will laugh at them or stare at them or those type of things, which, as somebody that's gone to the gym for a long time, doesn't really happen that way. I think overall, at least for me, I'm just pretty focused on myself when I'm there. We all got our reasons why we're at the gym, and I just doesn't really, you see people from all walks of life. You see people with all types of different fitness goals, or in different types of shape and fitness, and like finance, where they say finance is personal. I really believe fitness is personal, and unfortunately, though, a lot of us can't afford to private gyms and facilities and stuff like that, so you got to go with other people, but that's okay. But anyway, I started rambling. I apologize. I got to keep doing that. I've noticed that really in a lot of my exercise videos. I just start rambling, stuff that's not even related to fitness, and hopefully I don't find people find that too annoying, because I kind of annoy myself, I think, sometimes when I start doing that. Let's see here. So this is the wildlife area. I'll just show you a picture of it real fast. It's really pretty, but they got trails that go everywhere out here. And I was rambling so much. I know for a fact I've gone all the way around before, and I don't want to do that because there's not really a clear way back. It kind of gets a little confusing with some of those trails, and then it kind of ends over there by these superstores, and there's a lot of debris and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to go back and pick one of these trails up that'll hopefully kind of lead me back to the way I am, so I don't have to walk all the way around. But back to what I was originally thinking was, yeah, I should be grateful that, I don't have any fear of going to the gym or starting at the gym, because I've been doing it for so long that I just go and I don't even think twice about it. Whereas I'm sure somebody that's new to the gym, it could be overwhelming, intimidating, and those type of things. And that could be a big hindrance too, to start with. And this is even before you get into any type of psychological, issues that you may be dealing with when it comes to relationships with food or health or those type of things. This is just the practical nuts and bolts. And so I guess I really should be thankful that that's kind of where I'm at right now, is having a philosophical battle in my head about what my relationship is with fitness and how I can make it, into a sustainable next several decades. So I don't know. I'm just curious. Does anybody else have thoughts like that? Anybody else have thoughts that just kind of moves away from, oh, I'm losing weight this week, or I got to go 4 or 5 times a week? Does anybody ever get away kind of from the philosophical, or excuse me, not really the philosophical, that's what I'm more curious about. Does anybody get away from like the day-to-day mechanical side of things and just really kind of dive into a deep dive of the philosophy? So this is what I was talking about too. So it's absolutely beautiful out here, but look at this trail. So I'm probably just going to have to walk back the way I came. Walk and talk, going great. Trust me. Let me see here. So I'll probably just go back. All right. I'm just going to go back to the area, the main trail I came in and walked in on, and just stay on the outside of it and walk back. I should see one day if they actually have a map of trails out here, like a paper map or a PDF or something online. I'm not sure I do. Yeah, so here's the main walk. I believe that fills up with water at times. I don't think I've ever seen it filled with water. I know around the corner there's I've seen pools and stuff of it, and there is drainage ditches over there, but I don't know. I've never actually seen this part of it filled up. But let's hope we get a mile out of this. It'd be nice to, this outdoor exercise is nice. And this is the type of stuff I got to do. I just got to keep moving. Different points. It feels good to get off the treadmill. And honestly, I had a leg day recently, and this feels really good, actually, just to kind of get out here, stretch the legs, I guess, just kind of a low-key environment. Plus, it gives you some time to think, too. But, yeah, who knew? Who knew when I was 15, 16, I'd be 40, 45, talking to myself about fitness. And that I actually went, though, that I made it over the decades, not constantly, obviously, but, that I would go for a period of time and stop and go for a period of time and stop. And then finally it just got to the point where I got to an age where it's I'm either going to do this or not going to do this, which is where I'm at right now. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody joining me on this walk today. I hope it wasn't too rambling. I hope I made some points. I don't really know if I did or not. But, I'd like to say, if you're off to lift today, have a great lift. If you're off to do some cardio today, enjoy your cardio. If it's your rest day, enjoy the rest day. Make sure you get the physical and mental rest. And, we'll get off of it. We'll go after it tomorrow.